and good morning everyone. Now we are on day 2 and hope day 1 had been very exciting for you. How has it been? Did you make those videos? Did you find some good values from the feedback? I hope you do. So let's move on to day 2. So we have done the basics of video making. We have started making videos with our friends and families. Now we are going to set the agenda for day 2. And we are going to talk about what we are going to do here on this day. So this day 2 is the level of preparation. So level 2 is prepare, and the agenda here is to understand what are the video elements, what are the effects, and how you're going to create a studio setup with the gears. Gears means the components required for it. So let's start with an affirmation again. And this affirmation says that I can get through everything since I have all the gears that I need to face any obstacle that may come my way. So this is not only for video making, this affirmation is also related to the life which you are running through. So believe in yourself that you have all the tools which is required to face any of the situations coming in throughout your life, right? So let's start next with the video elements. So video elements, there are multiple things which we are going to talk. Number 1 is the content. Whenever you start making videos, the content should be very engaging. Reason being, because the attention span of the visuals or the people is very less. It's hardly 3 to 7 seconds. So your content, the upfront content should be very engaging. You should be using a good mic or a headphone, whatever tools you want to have a proper sound, correct? Then the lighting, you cannot make your video in dark, correct? So you have to be visible. There should be the ambient lighting should be proper. Then obviously the background should be clean. It should not be cluttered, right? It should look professional. So normally we don't recommend anything which is shabby. You should be either having a clean, neat background, a plain wall, a curtain, or a green screen can do that one, right? Then we also talk about editing the videos, because the raw videos, obviously when you see a movie, let me give you an example. If you see a movie, there are background sounds, right? If there is some suspense, you see the suspense music. If there is some love, there is a music which predicts or which symbolizes the love. And if there is some fight, you see the fight music all around. So there should be some kind of a background music to make it more better. So that comes under the editing part, which can be created again. We'll be telling you how to do that. Then you have to write the hook, the description, and the call to action again. And you have to be very energetic, and you have to be, smiling all the time. So what it does is it looks pretty natural for your audience, that you are doing it very naturally on your own. So these are the elements which is required for you to take care of whenever you are making a good video. Now, as I said, the video effects. Use music which is royalty free. You cannot have any music which is copyrighted by somebody else. You cannot use that. So please keep in mind to use those royalty free music. Also use some free stock images and videos if you want to get into the editing. Or you can even buy some stock images if you want. Else, don't get into any kind of a thing which is copyrighted by somebody else, right? Then your voice should not be clashing with the background music. So if you're putting in a background music, your voice should be above the background music, and the background music should be just supporting your words, right? So keep in mind. Then you can seamlessly merge 2 clips. Let's say you are editing the video, you want to add some clips. You can seamlessly do that with the video editing tools. As I said, background if required should be improvised. Else, let's keep a simple, neat, transparent, or I would say white background, or a single colored background. Maybe you can put a flower vase or something like that to make it emphatic. That's it. Don't get into very expensive zigs and fixtures, I would say, or any kind of those components which is not the primary one, but it definitely add value to your video. Then the colors, keep contrast, right? Because you cannot have multi colors all around you. The dress and the background should be in contrast. Let's say if you're using a light background or light color wall, you should be wearing a little bit of darker shade garments, right? Or if on the contrary, if you're using a lighter shade garment, so that way. So it should be in contrast. Then the subtitles are very engaging, because today people are using their handheld mobile devices all the time. Even at times when they're in meetings, they could scroll and see the captions. Might be that they are not able to hear the voice, but at that time also with the caption you can tell what you want to say. So the video should be enabling all these features and effects. Now we are done with the video effects and we'll be moving towards the studio setup. So this is what we have covered till now, video effects. Now let's move towards the next element of video making, which is the studio setup. So how should a studio setup look like? So we're not telling you to invest much money or any infrastructure to your video making studio, but what you have to take care of is just few components which is there. This is my own studio which has been highlighted, and I'll tell you that there's sufficient natural light. That you can see there is a glass pane one side from where I'm getting natural light. Then we have been using mics. So collar mic or any kind of a mic which you want to use, you can use. Then you should be having a professional attire, correct? A phone if you want, or you can put a webcam integrated laptop to record your videos. And there should be some kind of a stand, because your video should be like you are talking to your customers. So the angle of camera should be as in like you are talking to your customers. So the horizontal level have to be matched. Your eye level should be in horizontal line with the camera lens. So you have to take care of all this. Keep a clean background if you want to make it bit of professional. And obviously the overall, you can see there are some certain props which I have used. This is not mandatory, but if you can make it bit emphatic or bit interesting for viewers to see, I think that will make sense for the customers, right? So these are the basic elements which you need to take care of when you are making a studio. So when I say studio, you don't need to invest more money. Just you have to keep in mind all these parameters, so that whenever you shoot a video, the output should be a good quality video. That is what the purpose is. Now we were talking about gears. So there are certain elements, as I said, you should be having a good quality mic, a camera, then some kind of a light. If there is no proper natural light, you can use this kind of a ring lights. And if you don't have a proper screen behind you or proper background behind you, you can use a green screen. So we are not advocating for any of these components. These are readily available on any of this e-commerce site, or you can go and physically buy similar to these components. So these are few of the examples which we have put in here to tell you that depending upon your budget, you can choose any of these mics or cameras. So the camera starts from 2,000 rupees to even 2 lakhs of rupees. So depending upon your budget, take a good quality high resolution camera which will come around, let's say 5,000 to 10,000 rupees or something around that. Similarly, a normal mic would come in around 1,000 rupees, but you can go to a high-end mic as well, which may cost you 3,000, 4,000 or 5,000 rupees. Similarly, webcam or a light or a green screen. So these are not those items which are very expensive, except for the camera part. You can make it happen in very little amount as well, depending upon your budget and the quality of video you want to produce. But just remember one thing, your camera should be obviously a high resolution camera, minimum 1080 pixel, right? Similarly, your mic should be able to reduce the noise. So noise cancellation should be one criteria through which you could be able to find one of the good mics. Similarly, lights, if you want to have multiple lights, you can have, and try to have diffuse lights if possible. Otherwise, these ring lights are perfectly fine for you to start with. So these are few of the gears which we wanted to tell you. And now is the task time. Now we are telling you to create your own studio setup, and with your gears ready in action, you have to start making your videos. So when you sit or when you stand making videos, keep in mind the ambience, keep in mind the quality of the audio and the video. You have to, again, as I said, the elements, the titles, the music, the editing part, everything you have to take care of. So when you start doing it, it will take little bit of time to get into a practice, but once you do one video and start editing it on some tools which we are going to give you, you will be able to produce a good quality video on your own. Don't need to hire any agency, you don't need to go to anybody else. Simple gears, and there are tools which will give you those strengths to create a good quality video for marketing. So that's it in today's video. Look forward to see you day 3.